Welcome everybody. So thank you all for joining me. My name is Bevan. I'm with CBD.how, and tonight we're going to be talking about does CBD have any side effects? And I just want to say thank you guys for continuing to rock with me and support everything that we're doing. And so before we get started, make sure you guys check out CBD for Beginners. Right? Let's talk about homeostasis, the ECS system, see drug interactions, different cannabinoids, and information about my background. And as for those of you who want to grow, check out how to grow CBD indoors. Hey, BCBD, welcome. And so tonight we're going to be talking about side effects of CBD. I know for me, the only side effect that I really have from CBD is the reduced appetite, and something that we talk about a lot in some of my classes is that CBD is appetite suppressant, right? And it's helped me over the last say 4 years to be able to lose weight, right? And so I lost 40 pounds once I started taking CBD, and that's not just from just CBD itself, but also uh, me doing yoga, me changing my diet. The biggest thing that I saw for CBD was my anxiety reduced, and then also my depression reduced, along with pain management. Hey, Jessica, welcome. And so I'm just going to go through the common side effects of CBD. The first one is drowsiness. So some of you may feel a little tired or sedative, right, from CBD. And a lot of this has to do with the amount of CBD that you take. So it can be in two different forms. So the first one is if you're taking like full spectrum that has CBN in there, right? Or you take a high CBN product like a one-on-one CBN to CBD, you will feel slightly drowsy, even sleepy because of CBN. So CBN is the cannabinoid for sleep, for rest and relaxation. And so when you look at a product, make sure they check the lab report to see what's in there. And if the cannabinoid has CBN, it's more likely the CBN. Now, when it comes to CBD by itself, you have to think about it as for most of us, we stressed out. I know for me, day to day, we're stressed out. We can't sleep. We're in pain. We're have anxiety. We have depression. And once our body start taking all these cannabinoids, and we're able to feel better, the body will start to relax, right? And that's just natural. So think about it from that perspective. That the drowsiness comes kind of natural here. What if someone is taking several medications? Is it safe? So it depends on the medication, right? So this is I go into this next. So CBD can't interact with other medications, right? If you go back to the Hemp Hotline I did on the 2nd of November, Cisco, you be able to, I went more in depth on the drug interaction, but CBD does interact with drug interaction like blood thinners, Plavix. There's some other their list on there. It's also on CBD.how. Once I'm finished with this video, in the description, I have the link to my website about CBD.how, which has all of the information on the drug interactions. And so, and this has more to do with CBD isolate than the full spectrum. This is what research I've shown talking to doctors and pharmacists. Um, and it's from just by taking the isolate, which is the main active ingredient when it's by itself. When you start taking full spectrum, then it's no longer the main active ingredients in there. And I know a lot of people say, hey, you could take it an hour, maybe up to 4 hours in between your medication. That's more of a personal thing, right? So I recommend talking to your doctor. So because a lot of the medication we take interacts with our liver system, the cytochrome P450 enzyme system, right, which is processes everything. So if you take like a CBD edible, it has to go through your liver. Now, if you're taking, for example, you're smoking, you're vaping, or you're taking it sublingually under your tongue, it bypasses liver. So you're not going to have those effects. But those of you who take like capsules or you swallow the CBD oil or edibles, you have to worry more about your liver, and it's just because liver processes everything. So based on most of the medications that we take is processed your liver, CBD can block the effect. So if you say, hey, I'm taking this medicine for XYZ, right? CBD may cut it in half than what the medication is really supposed to do for you. So I recommend talking to your doctor before you do anything, right? Say, hey, I am taking this. I want to take CBD as well. What do you think? Most times your doctor will say yes, right? Unless you have an issue. But this is just me as an advocate, right? I always recommend taking doctor. And me personally, if it was me, I would take it like separate, like at least an hour or two between medications. And then if I notice any different adverse reaction, I go talk to my doctor. Yeah, you're welcome. I have a wonderful blog on CBD.how. If you go to CBD.how or just go back on here on Instagram, go back to November 2nd. I went through the whole list. And it's also in the book. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys. Hope you guys love in the background. It's wonderful. I'm so grateful for this opportunity here. I've like this. I've been manifesting this when I first moved here, right? And it happened. So I'm amazed. So the next thing we're gonna go through is gastrointestinal issues. So some cases you guys may see diarrhea, right? Liver problems when using CBD. It all depends on the individual. So a lot of these things you see when it comes to the side effects, right? It's very low from just talking to people, being in the community for the last 5 years plus. Is minor things. So most of you will not deal with this, right? I've never had much issue with anything here, except maybe the dry mouth, but that has a lot to do if smoking, partaking in flour, right? Especially those when I'm taking medical marijuana. It's here in a legal state. So diarrhea is one of the things, right? I can tell you guys, for those of you who vape, right? Do not vape on an empty stomach. Please do not vape on an empty stomach. I've done that, right? I know others who have done it, especially for those of you who come from taking vape and nicotine. We see that once you vape, it kind of like kicks in your stomach system, right? And I feel nauseous afterwards. So I recommend eating before you vape or drinking something. And this is just from my experience and experience I'm talking for others. And it's common on just talking to others who vape a lot, like nicotine. So that's one thing to look out for. It says right here, dry mouth. We call it cotton mouth, and that can make your eyes feel dry, especially if you vaping or smoking a lot. This happens a lot when you take THC. So I recommend drinking a lot of water. Have water on hand. If you go to any of the events like the puff and paint that we have here, to drink a lot of water. I already talked about interacting with medications, so make sure you talk to your doctor. And then the next thing is nausea. A lot of people experience nausea. They may feel like they want to vomit. Like I said, I had that feeling from vaping, right? Um, and then the biggest thing for me is when you guys are starting something like this to start small. It's very important that you don't overdo your system. And I also went over this in one of the other lives. We talked about, hold on a second here. Oh, sorry, I had an issue. So you want to start small. If you take too much, you may be taking more than you need, and then you also may be spending more money than you need to. So start small when it comes to CBD. This way, if you have any side effects, you notice up front before you guys go and hold on here. Let me move this. You guys go and just just too much. Like I've seen where some people taking a whole bottle of CBD oil in one go, and there's no telling what they're doing to your body, right? Especially if you're a new person. So please just start small, work your way up, and go from there. Yes, gotta love the manifestation. I love it. It's been so wonderful for me to be able to just be here. Those of you watching on the other channels, like you see a better view, but it's a wonderful experience. Check that out. Look at that. It's amazing what we can do. I am grateful for that. Like the opportunity to just grow these plants and have the classes here. At so the last event we had Puff and Paint, everyone that's come down the steps and they see the background, they were just the eye just lit up, right? And for me, that's everything because I'm able to just talk to people and say, "Hey, this is what the plant is." And a lot of people who've taken CBD, even those I find out a lot of people who smoke, I've never seen the plant, right? And so to have this opportunity here to show people is wonderful. Thank you so much, Jessica. Yes, you have to just start small. Like this is just like anything else, right? It's still new. The government is going to take their time when it comes to regulations, doing testing, doing all the studies. So we are the guinea pigs here. At the end of the day, we know the plan works. My recommendation here is always start small. That's what I did when I started. I was doing anywhere from 5 to 10 milligrams a day, and that helped my anxiety. And as I started ramping up for my pain, anywhere from 50 to 100 milligrams a day is what I take for my pain, right? So if you just need it just for anxiety, just for stress relief, that tension, start small, work your way up, continue to take it. The consistency is the key here. I've been doing this since 2016, taking CBD. So, generally every day since then, and it's been working wonderful for me. My life has changed a lot. I'm an introvert, so just being able to take CBD and continue to push through, talk to people, and this took me time. Like even being here on camera took a while for me to get used to, but I'm really grateful, right? And this is things that I know that if it wasn't for CBD, I wouldn't be here, and so it's a wonderful thing for me. And the goal here is just continue to educate you guys, so you guys can pass it on to the next generation, tell your friends and family, but always start small. All right. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And so next week is going to be the last Hemp Hotline for the year. And then we're going to start back January, February with some new topics. So if you have any topics you guys want me to cover, please send them, email them, DM to me. I will add them to the list. Next week, we're going to talk about how long does CBD take to work. And that's going to be dependent on the form that you take, whether it's edible or vaping, tinctures, suppositories. It depends. So, see here. I appreciate you guys, man, so much. I'm really grateful for you guys' support. It means everything for me. Just keep the faith, keep sending me your prayers, the good wishes. I appreciate it so much. All right. So, yeah, if no other questions, thank you guys so much. I love you. I appreciate it. And just keep supporting us, our choices, CBD.how, in Mayor and everything. You guys need help with marketing. Reach out, go to bevan.co, BEVON.co. Send me a message. Hey, Matt, welcome. Hey, Queen, welcome. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.